The Buffalo Bills nightmare continues. Could history be repeating itself for the Buffalo Bills? After so many ups and downs, fans are fearing a return to the struggles of the 2003 season, a time marked by frustration, missed opportunities, and a drought that seemed endless. Even with superstar quarterback Josh Allen leading the team, recent setbacks, roster changes, and unexpected losses have left Buffalo fans on edge. But here's the twist. Is this just a temporary stumble or a sign of deeper issues that could haunt the Bills for the rest of the season? Stay tuned as we break down everything behind this alarming trend.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today, we have a story that every Buffalo Bills fan knows all too well. A story that has haunted the city of Buffalo for decades. It's a story of heartbreak, missed opportunities, and a drought that seems almost impossible to overcome. Yes, we are diving deep into the nightmare that is the Buffalo Bills' history post-2003 and their ongoing struggles that still reverberate today. Buffalo, New York, a city known for its die-hard fans, snow-covered streets, and one of the most loyal followings in the NFL. These fans have been waiting, year after year, season after season, for their team to rise again. But for the Bills, hope often seems just out of reach. And it all ties back to what many consider one of the darkest periods in recent Bills history, the aftermath of 2003, a year that symbolized both promise and despair. To understand the current nightmare, we need to go back to the early 2000s. The Buffalo Bills were trying to rebuild, to find their identity in a league dominated by dynasties like the New England Patriots. The 2003 season was one of those seasons where expectations were cautiously high. Fans were optimistic. The team had talent on both sides of the ball, and there was a sense that maybe, just maybe, Buffalo could break the cycle of disappointment. But as history would show, that hope was short-lived. The Bills faced one of the most crushing defeats in the playoffs that year, a loss that not only ended their season, but seemed to cast a shadow over the franchise for years to come. It was a loss that became emblematic of the Bills' struggles, competitive, strong at times, but unable to cross the ultimate threshold when it mattered most. Fast forward to the years after 2003, and you start to see the pattern. Playoff appearances were sporadic, moments of brilliance often followed by crushing defeat, and fan frustration grew with each passing season. The Bills seemed trapped in a cycle where the promise of victory was always within reach, but never quite attainable. And it wasn't just about losing games, it was about losing in ways that hurt the most. Heartbreaking interceptions, missed field goals, last-second losses. Buffalo fans had endured it all. But why did this drought continue? Part of the problem was inconsistency in leadership. From coaching changes to front office decisions, the Bills struggled to find a stable direction. Each new hire came with hope, a fresh start, a new vision for the team. But often, these visions failed to translate on the field. Players were shuffled in and out, schemes changed, and the team's identity was never fully established. Then there's the matter of quarterback stability, or the lack thereof. A franchise quarterback is the backbone of any NFL team. Yet the Bills spent years trying to find one who could carry them to sustained success. Post-2003, the team cycled through multiple quarterbacks, each with flashes of potential, but unable to lead the team to the heights fans craved. And when you combine that with injuries, roster gaps, and some questionable draft decisions, you start to see why the Bills' nightmare continued year after year. And it wasn't just internal issues. The AFC East, the Bills division, has historically been one of the toughest in the NFL. Facing perennial powerhouses like the Patriots during their dynasty years meant that even when Buffalo was competitive, the path to a championship was steep. Every playoff run felt like a mountain to climb, and too often the Bills would fall just short, leaving fans with that sinking feeling that somehow the curse continued.
Despite all this, the Bills fans never gave up. They filled the stadium in blizzard conditions. They wore their blue and red with pride, and they chanted for a team that could finally break the drought. Their loyalty is unmatched, but loyalty doesn't make heartbreak hurt any less. With each season that ended in disappointment, the frustration mounted, and the narrative of the Buffalo Bills' curse grew louder.
In recent years, there have been glimmers of hope. Talented rosters, improved coaching, and strong draft picks gave fans reasons to dream again. But even with these improvements, the shadow of 2003 and the years that followed still looms large. Every playoff loss, every missed opportunity feels like a continuation of the nightmare that began over a decade ago. And let's talk about the impact beyond the field. For a city like Buffalo, the Bills are more than just a football team. They are a source of pride, a symbol of resilience in a city that has faced economic hardship and harsh winters. When the team struggles, it feels personal for the fans. Each loss isn't just a game lost, it's a reminder of the ongoing drought, a reminder of the dreams that remain unfulfilled.
The story of the Buffalo Bills' nightmare post-2003 is also a story of near misses, seasons where they look like legitimate contenders only to collapse at the most critical moments. Playoff games lost in overtime, divisional matchups slipping away in the final minutes, and championship aspirations dashed repeatedly.
These moments have etched themselves into the collective memory of Bills Nation, creating a narrative that feels almost mythical, a team cursed to come close but never quite succeed. Yet, it's not all despair. The resilience of the team and its fans is remarkable. Even in the darkest periods, there were players who gave it their all, coaches who tried to change the narrative, and moments that reminded everyone why they fell in love with the game in the first place. It's this combination of heartbreak and hope that makes the Buffalo Bills story so compelling, so painfully human.
And here's where the narrative takes a fascinating turn. As we approach today, the Bills are no longer just a team struggling to escape a shadow. They are a team on the rise, a team with the potential to rewrite history. The past can't be erased, but the lessons learned from each disappointment, each heartbreaking loss, have shaped a new generation of players and fans ready to fight back. The nightmare may continue to haunt the memories, but the future holds promise.
It's important to remember that every franchise goes through cycles. Dynasties rise and fall, teams rebuild, and cities endure. For the Bills, the 2003 season and the years that followed were a test of patience and faith. And while the drought has been long and painful, it has also created a fan base that understands loyalty in its purest form. Fans who celebrate the victories even more fiercely because they know the pain that came before.
The question now is simple. Can the Buffalo Bills finally overcome the nightmare of the past 2 decades? Can they break the curse that has plagued them since 2003? Only time will tell, but the pieces are in place. Talented quarterbacks, a strong roster, and a coaching staff that understands what it takes to win in today's NFL give the city reason to dream.